They're walking into line here. Tiger Roll looking for a 6th victory at the Cheltenham Festival to emulate Quevega. But he's done it in 3 different races. He's won this 3 times. A Triumph Hurdle, of course, and a National Hunt Chase as well under Lisa O'Neill, plus his 2 Grand Nationals. A true racing icon. Can he sign off in style?
Away first time for Tiger Roll's swan song, the Glenfarclas Chase. They come to the first of the 32 obstacles on the cross-country course, and they've all negotiated it nimbly enough with the nose banded back on the lash, prominent in the early stages. Alpha de Zoba, the maroon and white with a white cap, is handy. Easy's Land, red cap, winner of the race a couple of years ago, is in the leading line as well, with Potter's Corner against the red in the multicoloured jacket, crossing out over fence 2, and they're all safely out over that one. So they move on to the third, which is a Birch Island fence, and it's Easy's Land who gives the lead to his field. In these very early stages, Tiger Roll is taken to the outer, and he's one of 4 who jumps the outer portion of the fence there. The Jiggins Stand Silks, the maroon and white, the star on the cap for Davy Russell aboard the blinkered Tiger Roll. He's being shadowed by owner mate Delta Work, who's got the blue cap. Brahma Bull in a pink jacket tracks that pair, and he in turn is followed out wide by Michuka as they come to the Aintree fence, the 4th. Led to it by Back on the Lash, who's taken over narrowly from Easy's Land. Last one to take it was Poker Party, cast a little adrift of the main cluster. Step Back is among those held up with Plan of Attack. Meanwhile, towards midfield, Prong Guard, one of JP McManus' contingent in the field, the star on the cap, and he's settled quite nicely as they go across the middle of the track for the first time, with around 10 lengths covering the field, and they're heading on towards the Glenfarclas barrels for the first time. Watching them all get over it safely enough, and the pace is still being set by Back on the Lash and Easy's Land, tracked by Potter's Corner, and Tiger Roll is handy in 4th, and they're followed over by Alpha de Zobo. In behind Alpha de Zobo is Delta Work, and then Brahma Bull and the nose-banded grey Diesel Dallier towards midfield. Tracked by Midnight Maestro. Towards the outer, the white cap is Shady Operator. Prong Guard next door to him, the star on the cap. Tute Permi, another of the greys with a yellow cap, is held up as they cross the rails. Michuka and Plan of Attack are next to then Step Back and Poker Parties at the back of the field as they come to the 10th, which is the railed hedge. And those up ahead continue to exchange the lead between them, and Easy's Land is just about back in front as they rise. Potter's Corner and Back on the Lash either side of him, and again they all get over it after a fashion, 1 or 2 landing a little steeply, and Poker Party remains last of the 16 strong field in the still very early stages, heading towards fence 11 of the 32. A gentle descent at this point, and it continues to be Easy's Land, Back on the Lash and Potter's Corner who round out the leading trio. Delta Work with the blue cap takes off and lands alongside Tiger Roll, disputing 4th place with the grey Diesel Dallier, and then Alpha de Zoba, the white cap, just ahead of Brahma Bull and Shady Operator, and then Midnight Maestro and Prong Guard, and Michuka in the stripes, and another of the greys, Tute Permi, another Jiggins Town runner, is towards the rear of the field. Step Back and Plan of Attack are in the last group of 3, and that pair have only Poker Party in behind them. So they've crossed the intersection, coming to the bank now, fence 13, and they'll be at the water immediately after this. Well grouped, it's still very early stages. They descend the bank, and again they all do it pretty neatly. The last 3 continue to be including Plan of Attack and Poker Party, and Tute Permi is well back, and Step Back is just in front of those as they cross out over the water, and they're all safe enough there. So making the swing in and about to complete their first circuit. They come to fences 15 and 16. It's the cheese wedges before them now. Easy's Land, Back on the Lash in the noseband, and Potter's Corner with the grey Diesel Dallier. Tiger Roll poised right in behind them. Spot the star on the cap for Davy Russell. Lands at about 5th position there as they come out of the cheese wedges and embark upon their second circuit. Easy's Land by a little over a length to Potter's Corner and Back on the Lash. And then Tiger Roll and Delta Work from Diesel Dallier. And these are followed by Michuka in the stripes, and then Brahma Bull and Alpha de Zobo to Shady Operator. Midnight Maestro races next, and is followed further back in the field by Prong Guard to Step Back, and then Tute Permi. And then in behind Tute Permi, Poker Party continues towards the rear of the field, and Plan of Attack in the dark blue and green continues to be held up. Going on to the bank, fence 18 is up next. And it's Easy's Land narrowly to Potter's Corner. There's been very little significant change in the order so far. In the sheepskin noseband, back on the lash, pierces the gloom in third, crossing the bank. Tiger Roll and the Grey Diesel Dallier were the next pair to land. They're tracked by Delta Worker, then Shady Operator, the hoops of the white cap, who's accompanied by Alpha Desobo, Michuka and Brahma Bull in midfield. Midnight Maestro races next, and then Step Back and Plan of Attack, being followed by the other Greys, Tute Permi. Prongard has lost some ground and is now last but one, and Poker Party jumped off in last place and so far has stayed there. But he remains firmly in touch as they swing this sharp right-hander and come on now towards fence 20, which is a railed hedge with a ditch. Easy's Land in front to Potter's Corner as they draw to it. A Tiger Roll right in the slipstream of the leaders. And the leaders get over safely, but towards midfield, looked like Brahma Bull made a bad mistake and unseated Brian Hayes. So Brahma Bull out of the contest. They head on towards fence 21, which is a ditch with a boarded hedge. Potter's Corner upsides as they go over that one, with Tiger Roll coming to join him. Easy's Land is still there. Delta Work back on the lash, shaken up briefly. And then the Grey Diesel Dallier, who's travelled kindly to this stage. Machuka's getting a bit closer in the stripes as they swing another right-hander and head on now towards the water jump for the 22nd fence approaching. Potter's Corner, Easy's Land and Tiger Roll. There'll be virtually three in a line as they cross the water jump. Delta Work is close up with Diesel Dallier and back on the lash, and then Michuka. And they emerge from the water and prepare to embark upon their final circuit, and they're coming now on towards the 23rd. So entering the last third of the contest now. Easy's Land probably going to pick up just ahead here. Tiger Roll right alongside, and Potter's Corner is a little bit short of daylight between them there. Delta Work, the blue cap, and Michuka in the stripes are the next two as they head left-handed out into the country once more. Diesel Dallier, Plan of Attack in the dark blue and green, is getting closer. Alpha Desobo made a mistake and back on the lash has lost ground, and then Shady Operator and Step Back is being pulled up. Looks like Midnight Maestro is being pulled up. Tute Permi is a long way behind, but he's going out for another circuit, and so too is Poker Party, who remains in last place. So the field is thinning out, and Tiger Roll has gone to the front. He jumps on there, and he jumps on by a couple of lengths. Delta Work is following him through. Potter's Corner, Easy's Land is shaken up. Plan of Attack has been inching ever closer under a patient ride. The green cap for Dara O'Keefe as Tiger Roll leads them out over the next to Delta Work. And they head on now towards fence 27. It's the Aintree Style Canal turn for the final time. So the 27th of the 32 fences in the Glenfarclas Chase approaching. Tiger Roll to owner mate Delta Work. Michuka in the stripes wide. Potter's Corner close up in fourth. Plan of Attack right in behind them, and then the Grey Diesel Dallier. There's a small break then to the remainder are being headed by Alpha Desobo, and the field is thin right out, and it's Tiger Roll in front as they head towards fence 28. He jumps well there. Delta Work though is his shadow, and at this stage is looking menacing. Tiger Roll and Delta Work over that one, about 3 lengths ahead of Diesel Dallier and Plan of Attack, and then Michuka and Potter's Corner, and again Tiger Roll and Delta Work are very slick, and one or two of the others are now beginning to cry enough. Potter's Corner's under pressure, Michuka is under pressure. Plan of Attack has every chance in third as they re-emerge onto the racecourse proper with 2 to jump in the Glenfarclas Chase. Tiger Roll being stalked by Delta Work. Tiger Roll lands 2 lengths clear. Delta Work is following him through. Then Plan of Attack and Diesel Dallier, and it's Tiger Roll. Is this his date with destiny? He swings for home. Delta Work on the right still has every chance, and Tiger Roll might have to fight for his prize. He heads on down towards the last, 2 lengths ahead of Delta Work, who's bearing down on him. The jigging pair have it between themselves. Here's the last, Tiger Roll narrowly. Delta Work is throwing down a very stern challenge on the far side. Tiger Roll is digging in bravely. He knows where the winning post is, but Delta Work is going to spoil his party, and Delta Work comes home strongest. Tiger Roll is carried out on his shield, and he finishes second. Plan of Attack is third, followed home in fourth by Diesel Dallier, and then Michuka.